All right. Let's see. I hope that everything is well. If anybody's here, welcome. I was watching Mr. Jonathan Beckett and I wanted to take over because not I do not feel worthy of his audience. I simply have a lot of experience with the systems on this aircraft, and let's see. Sorry, I'm I'm hopefully. Did I name this Duke? Oh man, I hope I didn't name it. There we go. All right, cool. All right. So, hopefully everything, the video quality appears to be okay, but a little bit washed out. Um, I may need to adjust my uh, canvas resolution and stuff. Let me see. Uh, does that fix it? I don't know. It's a little bit blurry. I'm watching it. Oh, well, first off, let me make sure that my tablet's actually doing it in 1080p. I don't need this because I can read the chat in the other window. Let's see. What's the quality on my? Oh well, higher picture quality. I remember YouTube used to let you uh, pick whatever picture quality you wanted. Anyway, hopefully some people join as this aircraft just launched, and yeah, I have a lot of experience with it. Now I have never personally flown one of these aircrafts, but I earlier on in my career, before I became an actual pilot, when I was still in A&P, um, a lot of these systems were being removed from high-end business jets that were built in the 80s and the 90s, and they were being replaced with even more modern systems. So this is uh, the beginning of the glass cockpit revolution, and it's made by Black Square. Um, I have spent about 200 hours with the aircraft in its beta state through various builds, and thank you again, the people at Just Flight, who were kind enough to hook me up with Chad and get me a copy of a lot of the planes that he's made over the last few years. So, with that being said, we'll do a really brief walk around. Um, I believe that there will be some of the gimmicks that has come with Microsoft Flight Simulator 24, like, oh, it's already here. Uh, this supposedly wasn't going to work at launch, but, as we remove the covers and the chocks and all that stuff that you can do with the default planes and now some of the payware planes. Um, but this is where we're at. For some reason, this weather is not treating my frame time very well, but I'm also playing in 1440p ultra wide, so that could have something to do with it. Okay. All right, cool. I mean, the colors look weird on the YouTube side. I think that has to do with Windows poor implementation of HDR. But let's move into the cockpit. As you can see, there's tons of stuff here that we're already familiar with, and there's also a lot of stuff here that we may not be familiar with. Um, if this is your first Black Square product, welcome to the deep end of the pool. If you have experience with, a lot of the high end add ons, welcome to the club, but on the general aviation side, because I think this will go down as the most advanced aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator as far as general aviation goes. We do get the Black Square staples like turboprop simulation. There's period correct avionics noises and everything. I'm hoping that maybe if I make the desktop audio a little bit louder, that we'll be able to hear some of the stuff that Boris Audio Works did. But we'll get started. Most of if you we'll do a rough and dirty get into the air style, and then if anybody actually joins the live stream, uh, then we will get more advanced. So this is going to be a cursory cover of systems and just kind of how to get it running and how to zip around the sky, do some pattern work or what have you. And then we'll get a little bit more in depth if people join, and I can always go back to the ground and start over again midstream. But yeah, here we go. So we now turned on the power. I would, for all intents and purposes, enable the external power. There's a tie right here. You'll hear it open and close. And that will also do the generators once the engine's powered up. That's also obviously master generator switches right there. So we do have our props in position. Or make sure I'm just okay. That's good, 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 good. So starting from the bottom, you still do get the GNS 430. For the time being, this is not affiliated with the autopilot in any capacity at all. You can obviously use it, but I couldn't figure out a way to get it to show up on the PFD or or selected as a nav source. But we'll get to. We do have an FMS, and we're looking at it right now, and we'll get there. We'll get there next. One thing that you're responsible for in this aircraft is the management of all its systems. There really is no easy mode. So what we're going to do is turn on the external power, and we're also going to get this out of the way and turn on our avionics blower. So that way we get cooling to the chamber that's kind of in between the nose of the aircraft and here. So it's going to be hot, and as our avionics come online, they're going to be hot. What I love is that if it was cold out, that this would take longer to warm up. I'm going to move, sorry about the feedback. So I'm going to show you guys how to program a simple, look at all this. This is like hopping in your Cessna 152 for some practice. All right, so let's go forward from here. So this is the FMS, obviously. We'll initialize that. All data is okay. And then FMS data. So it did pick up our information from the flight. I did a flight from, where are we right now? We're, I have no idea where we are. Okay, we're somewhere in like Louisiana right now. We're going to be flying into Peter O'Knight Airport. I was hoping it didn't do this, but typically what you would do here is let's go to this would be blank, and you would go. Say you wanted to do KDTS, you would do find your K, hit letter, shift to K, and then same thing. T uh, D T S, and then you would hit enter. It would pop up there, and then the same thing for your arrival. Now you can do, we're gonna add some route waypoints in between here. So I wanted to show you that because I didn't know it was gonna pick up the flight plan that I made in the actual flight planner, but that's nice to see that you can skip this entirely if it's overwhelming for you. That's good to know. Anyway, so we'll do flight plan and then enter route or waypoint. So we did have some waypoints. I'm gonna go, let's find route. Change that to yeah, days. That's gonna have us no. Yeah, via Banff. We'll fly direct Banff. So maybe what we can do is just add the arrival and fly direct. We'll just fly the entire arrival down into Florida. I'm in Florida right now, so the weather's bad and I hear it getting worse. So that's why I want to get here before. Total distance. Approach. Sorry, guys. Okay. So that should fix that. Oh, this is gonna kill me. I found this one. Perfect. Alright. Here we go. Alright, let's get cooking. Alright. So now we can go move forward with the starting procedure. We're gonna just fly directly to Dades, and then we'll trigger the RNAV approach for whichever runway is appropriate due to the weather when we get there. Obviously, um, I was gonna start from a completely different route, but anyway, index radar. Let's see that. We'll get our weather radar going. Alright, autopilot test. Good. Hello. Yes, I'm home. Yeah, I'm coming. Sorry. Alright. Sorry, guys, I gotta go open the garage real quick. It's brutal. But now you'll see why I chose this destination. Alright, guys, I'm back. I apologize about that. We're flying into my parents' hometown because of uh, the weather situation. And yeah, that's why I want to come here. Alright. So, then we gotta come up here. We'll just take care of all the lights now. I'm gonna turn some of these up so we can see them in the clouds. Alright, so we're about ready to go. Get it started. Let's get our fuel pumps going. Let's make sure we have enough fuel to get there. Because this thing is thirsty. Alright, so just like any other turboprop, we're going to be watching, to make sure that we don't hot start it. So, with that being said, we'll throw our anti-skid on because it has to do something with the electric hydraulic pump that does the flaps. Yeah, I read the manual. I'm just talking to myself. And we will go ahead and start the engine. And then I've always waited for N1 to stabilize before anything else, but Let's see. Can you guys even hear the game? I don't know. I hope you can. There we go. Wow, I'm sorry. There we go. So now we should be able to hear everything. I can hear my own voice coming back. Alright, so we got fuel. We can move forward. Let's make sure we monitor ITT. Now, temperature is going to affect how hot your starts are, and if the engine was running previously, you know, all that stuff does matter. Once we're up in the air, we'll go direct nades and play around with everything else. So, turn that off. Same. So, all this display here means is that there is fuel flow. It was a little unclear whether or not the standby pumps have to be on to start the engines, but the PT6s that would have come, or that would have been eventually retrofitted to this aircraft, they did not need fuel pumps to start. They had fuel pumps on the engine. Let's see. There we go, baby. Perfect start. 2 good starts. Now, we do have a little bit of additional engine management that needs to be done. Go ahead and turn on our leads. We're going to take her up to about 35,000 feet. We'll set it and forget it. Absolutely love that attention to detail where I had the starter running still, so the generator on this side didn't engage, causing more load to be here. And yeah, you can definitely overload the generators, which is super interesting. It's just so cool to see that we're finally getting this stuff on that sense, so we can ignore that. I'll show you guys how to use this in a little bit, because we may actually fly into St. Petersburg International and do an ILS approach. I don't know where we're at yet. Real quick, I'll give you a rundown now. FOD, or foreign object debris, is simulated. You'll see it's 6%. It's coming in. We have one of the actuators. We can open this up. Above like 10%, you really want to run with the inertial separators in. But yeah, you're 99% of the time you're just going to be using the dogs. oxygen arm system is bugged. I don't know. Because I first played with this at Telluride, and sorry, there's a lot of stuff. It's a hot one, dude. Alright, cool. Just making sure we don't get up in the air and have any surprises. That I find super interesting is that there's only 15 degrees of flaps. And you can see the canards will move out wider. Now, there is a current limitation in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and I'm on 24, that affects the way canards change the overall handling dynamic of the aircraft. I have flown it in 2020 and 24. To be honest with you, I haven't noticed a major difference between the two flight models, but where I have noticed a major difference is in the yaw damper. At low speeds, the yaw damper you had a little bit of some oscillating, or not oscillating, I guess, undulating left to right, which is interesting. So, I'm going to keep all of this very simple. So definitely something up with the way it handled in response. The suspension is just not what it should be, if you ask me. We need to do a little bit more refinement, but that's okay, because we're good to go. Pull back on the power a little bit. Let's get that yaw damper active, because the yaw damper is going to be your best friend in this aircraft. We're at 125 knots, so we can track the flaps. Engines are good. Let's go ahead and open up the inertial separators. Now we're really going for it. Let's see where it wants us to go. The black square truly has such a unique way of doing aircraft. And everything about it is, you can tell the detail, and that's true of everything that Just Flight does, and I think that's why Just Flight is so confident with putting their name and their neck out there. They do a lot of free. Oh, we're really hot right now. Let's go see let's climb out there. Let's play with the weather radar. I don't know if the ground map is functioning yet. The weather radar does. Was. Let's see. As long as we're headed a little bit south, we'll be good to go. I mean, this thing is incredibly fast. Your best climb speed is going to be around, or your high performance climb speed. I think actually instead of just it's Hundred and forty knots is going to give you your best rate of climb. No crazy maneuvers above 180 knots. But it's all right there. Now, if you do exceed these speeds, it's Flight Simulator. It's not that serious. The airframe damage is always something that's been lacking in Microsoft Flight Simulator in general. So coming up with pressure good. But yeah, I mean, this airplane is incredibly easy to hand fly. Once you have the there's no flight director. When you just fly in, or maybe there is, and I haven't found it. Here it is. Just turn on the nav. Before, I don't know what I was, or what I was looking at. Now, vertical speed mode is a little bit different. So, for example, now we're at 10,000 feet. We'll engage the autopilot. We can hold this vertical speed by pressing vertical speed. And I believe it can be adjusted by this right here. I actually don't remember. I think once you're locked in, once you're locked in, it's just much like the other aircraft of the Terra. It's very simple. Now, one thing you do have control over is, for example, your IAS hold, right? So we want to switch to, we're going to level off at 12,000. So see we're gaining speed here. Let's climb. Let's go ahead and climb up to 20,000. 25,000. So 25,000 feet. Reduce a little bit of engine power. So right here you can adjust. You can pre-select your IAS thing, or for example, if you want to hold 220 knots, you can put it at 220, and this will tell you if you're fast or slow. Same thing for your approach speeds, but we're gonna go ahead and do about 170 knots, and we'll hit IAS, and it'll start to climb. You'll see that we do get trending arrows like modern aircraft. I would say, technology-wise, this has the same capabilities of like the Airbus A300, for example, but it is much more archaic in implementation. And then there's IAS Performance, which will automatically give you your best climb rate, which I think it'll default to 140. Let's see what happens. Not sure what's going on there, but yeah, last time maybe we're just at minutes. All right, well, let's go over the VOR system, because there's a couple ways. That's a conventional way to look at it, and there's this way. So we'll go. Find a VOR that we run. For some reason. Let's see. For some reason it's going. Is fixed. Let's find the nearby VOR. Where's TAY? one thing I'm not enthusiastic about is how far away, how close you have to get to have VORs pop up. If anybody knows how to fix that, let me know. Because I would love. I was gonna say, I know there was a VOR at the airport. Oh, we took off from. Oh Jesus! All right. Because I knew that I started heading, and that's also attacking. Well, you know what? We may be able to pick up some meters. We picked it up, but. Some of the Bay Area. I wish we were in the Caribbean. I could do them all from heart. But yeah, so we'll pick up St. Petersburg VOR, and also, is there something up here? I'm just. Oh, do we finally pick it up? Nice. It did pick up. Perhaps I don't know this aircraft as well as I think I do. Following the flight plan, it just seems like it's off course with only a 12 knot crosswind. You know, I mean, isn't that? I don't know. I mean, everything seems to be going to plan. It just seems a little off course. That's all. But what I want to do is, if it is bad weather, I'm hoping that it shows up on the weather radar. It looks true, the weather radar is insane. Sorry if I'm not talking for a moment, guys. I'm just making sure that my son's medicine made it to the pharmacy because we had to find. I don't live in the United States full time. I live in the Cayman Islands, but we're here on summer vacation right now in Florida. He was born with a genetic disease that luckily doesn't subtract from his quality of life, but does require medication that needs to be given once a week. I do apologize, guys. I'm back. Seeing a few of you in Discord. My YouTube is never gonna kick off. I swear. But you know, what are you gonna do? There's just so much to go over. While we're up here in the cruise, let's take a look around. Be interesting to see it. I mean, if I was the captain, or if this was my thing, I'd turn off those smoking signs. I have had the opportunity to fly in one of these before. I was in the back. The avionics had been updated to some soulless Garmin, actually a system that I had never seen since, and it was it had a skinny screen here, and like a skinny screen here, and a smaller screen, a little bit more over here that reflected some of the information that was here. It was also over here. It had a very it almost reminded me of the system that was in the CRJ. The CRJs first came out, if that makes sense. So, one thing I always forget to mention with these older turboprop aircraft is the prop speed governor is simply there for overspeeding the prop a little bit, if that makes sense. You can overwhelm the governor. So there is a efficient range that will get highlighted in green here. And you can see that when I moved the prop speed down to the green range, we did pick up another additional 10 knots of speed, and we do have some performance left on tap. We can give them about 10% more engine power. Let's see if it'll take this. Now this is obviously now we're going to have to watch for ITT temperatures and torque is not necessarily going to be a big issue because we know our prop speed already. Alright. Yeah, I was just making sure we're good on fuel. There is some icing that is happening for some strange reason, so let's get some anti-ice. prop sync on, but I have levers and like controls and stuff, so I'm always like manually tweaking my throttle controls over here, but I have drop speed and stuff, and like you get what I'm trying to say. Double sit read just so we can play around in some IFR conditions. I never know how to approach YouTube because the channel hasn't done well. And at the same time, I have not put a ton of effort into the channel. I do feel, we did finally pick up the St. Petersburg VOR, which is nice. It hasn't done well, but I also haven't put a lot of effort into it. And this originally started because I met people in other YouTubers' chats as I was explaining things and typing things, and I would add them on Discord, and I would live stream for them on YouTube to like a community of like 10 people on Discord, which I totally do not mind doing. It's fine, but I would like to get into the YouTube game more seriously. My younger son has a YouTube channel that he does a lot of VR content on, and it's given me some experience on like video editing, and I also have still been working on a long format video for how to get the best performance out of your system possible. So there is that. Yeah, so I don't know what direction to head. This aircraft released today. I knew a lot about it. I got to play with it in its beta stage. So and I've also done some extensive flipping through manuals and all that. So yeah, it's a great little plane. I wouldn't necessarily call it little. I bought the Piaggio to kind of scratch the itch, but the Piaggio, it feels very off the shelf compared to these. So what I mean by that, it's an excellent aircraft, and it does handle very unique compared to other configurations of general aviation planes. But one thing that I did notice, especially with the Piaggio, is that the canards have like no effect whatsoever on how things go. But on the Piaggio, the dramatic increase in control forces required at low airspeeds is a lot more accurate than some of the Vision jet they make. And so there's definitely made for 2020 right before 24 came out. There's been a couple of like minor updates that have fixed like just little weird issues. You know, and it's hard to criticize that aircraft because you know it's they got screwed. A lot of developers got screwed. You know, we were told developers were told that you know 2020 was going to kind of be the final frontier for flight sim, and that's that. And if you think about it, outside of career mode, the lighting engine and ray tracing, which is also part of the lighting engine, is different. There's really no major difference on the surface. Now, under the hood, the performance is the performance increase is welcome. On every system that I've tried it on for the video that I'm putting together, it's definitely performs way better than 2020 in almost every regard, even on lower end systems. Intel Xeon chips, especially from the 11th generation, the ones with the big 32 megabit cache, or I'm sorry, the 1 megabit L2 cache, the Xeons Platinums, I think they were. Those are a treat because sorry, let's start getting down. Sorry, I wanted to make sure that was sorted out. So what was I at? You know, under the hood though, 24 has massive performance over 2020. You know, they've done a much better job at spreading things out across threads. I personally don't own this computer, but my son-in-law has a first generation Threadripper, and he's a amateur level what do you call it, a amateur level I guess you could say like 3D artist, but he's got one of the original 48 core or 64 core Threadrippers, whichever was the first generation of that. He's had the system for a while now. And I got to run 24 on there, and it used 20 threads at full load, at full tilt. Unfortunately, his GPU is like a 3080, so there was the whole VRAM issue there, and the NVIDIA bug that I believe exists, because I'm still having trouble with my my NVIDIA this computer, or not this computer is still completely trouble-free. Let's go ahead and let's play around with some VOR stuff. So, source. Sometimes they'll still let you fly a VOR approach into St. Petersburg. This is an approach that I only got to do once in my career. I have the paper chart for it right here. I really need a webcam so I can hold stuff up to the camera because I have Jepson charts from before I was born. Let's see what the weather's looking like. It shows you. Oh wow, yeah, it's bad. Maybe we can see how to do this because I want to see what the RNAV approach is like, but I also kind of like the idea of flying an eye on this approach. Las Vegas. Why is that still Las Vegas? Perfect. How far away? We're the 20. We're pretty far away, so we'll see. This weather radar though. I know it's just next red, but still, it's gorgeous. I'm still here, guys. I'm just. It is a little bit confusing how the new system works for Walgreens. I don't know if there's any Americans familiar with Walgreens, but they seem to be very challenging bunch to deal with sometimes. Anyway, back to the flight. Get ready for landing. I'm wondering if switching to the beta will fix a lot of the like flashing. Like you can see like these flash. I don't know. Yeah, you can see it on stream. They flash, and that seems to be this case for all the aircraft. Sorry, just making sure I'm back on track again. Make sure we turn it down. Should be somewhere over here. should flip in just a moment. And we're going to go divert. So those of you that are unfamiliar with the Tampa Bay area, this would be like the perfect place to divert to, because you're literally 8 miles away from where you were intending to go. We were going to go to a small general aviation airport called Peter O'Knight, KTPF, and now we're going to the pie in the sky, KPIE, and that's St. Petersburg International, airspace that I am intimately familiar with. Now we can start to descend. We should be past. I know it doesn't matter too much, but we should be past. Yeah, I don't know. See, I wanted to do autopilot through the whole part of the process, but or autopilot all the way to landing. It's just fly it by hand. My preferred method, because that's the runway right there. It's a crossway. It's much of a crossway. Let's see. I love how those canards come out. Faster towards the ground. I could pull up the V speeds again, you're right. It's got everything. It's got a radio altimeter, and I honestly hope that this aircraft will bridge the gap and make people feel more comfortable with some of the older iron that's available for 24 already, because the Fokker F-28 is criminally underappreciated. That does complete one of our first maiden flights in Starship. I keep wanting to say the Duke. The Duke is getting its 24 update very soon. So, yeah. I love how they got every little detail perfect. Keep in mind that there is only one flap settings on this, so things do get a little crazy at low speeds. I would always advise on approach to set your heading mode for just do it for 120 if you're coming into an airport like this. And it's interesting how the glide slope is still not fixed, even after 2 sim updates, but it is what it is. We can't have it all, and we already have so much. I did see something show up in the YouTube chat. I am sorry, I cannot look because your boy has a rudimentary setup to where I just open up my live stream in a YouTube video on the laptop next to me and read the comments from my account on that laptop, which I think is the same account as this. So it's funny, I always have at least one viewer, and it's always me. Power, baby. Yeah, it's gonna get out of control here. Once it gets below 100 knots, it's just gonna fall to the floor. Watch. I'm just gonna pull the power completely out of it. just won't do it. Those got powerful reverse thrust, which I love. And because I gotta get rid of some of the payware sceneries in this area because it's making my system go nuts. I've never seen it perform this bad, ever. But here we are. Guys, always remember when transitioning from reverse thrust back into beta to never have any power applied. Let's put those flaps back up. I love this part right here. Let's watch it. Guys, I have done, like I said, I have played around with this aircraft for around 170 to 200 hours already. I was very lucky to have access to it before launch. I'm going to park it over here with the Coast Guard for all of the day. But, as always, people, like and subscribe. I love the way YouTube just about everything, content creation and live streaming and everything else. To me, it's much more friendlier, it's friendlier than it all, to be fair. And I really like streaming in AV1 because I prefer to use this computer, which has an AMD GPU. Anyway, guys, y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm gonna be back online later, and yeah, we can hear the avionics cooling down. I'll turn that up for you guys. But if you hear that little rhythmic tick 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 sound, that's actually hitting this HSI right here, or this artificial horizon right here. To make sure it's on, that doesn't get stuck. But yep, the last few glass instruments, you can tap them still, like in the other products. Guys, buy this aircraft. I think it's only $55 US. It was like 48 Cayman Island dollars. So I think that's like $55 US roughly. Anyway. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, for whoever's here, and y'all enjoy the rest of your evening or day.